This car's better than any Mercedes or BMW of its era, and at the same time, it's one of the most reliable cars ever made. So the car I'm talking about is of course the Lexus LS400. This actually was Lexus's first car and was built to dominate the US market, which was a huge success. They were launched in 1990 and competed with cars like the S-Class for Mercedes and the BMW 7 Series. While those all are great cars, the LS400 was more successful because it was a lot cheaper and on the same level or even better than its German competitors. So in terms of build quality, comfort, style and performance, you missed out on nothing when buying the Lexus. But probably the coolest thing about it is the engine, because unlike with a lot of other cars, there aren't like 20 different options with 15 boring ones. No, you get one engine option, that's it. But this one is one of the best engines ever built, the 1UZ. A 4-liter V8 with 250, 260 or 290 horsepower depending on the model year. And well, it's known for incredible smoothness and reliability. So there literally are some with over 1 million miles. That's like 1.6 million kilometers. That's a lot. But there still are a few little things you should look out for in terms of reliability and maintenance, but you need to wait a little bit to learn more on those. You might think that 250 horsepower and more is quite decent, because technically it is. But once you factor in the weight of the LS400, which is about 1725 kilos or 3800 pounds, you will understand that they are not a fast car at all. So the 250 horsepower version takes like 8.5 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or 62 miles an hour. Yeah, it's pretty slow. And even the 260 or 290 horsepower second gen still takes like 7.5 seconds. It's better for sure, but still slow. But these cars were never meant to be fast. They were built to be comfortable, full of features and just a solid car overall. Basically, a daily driver. Though because of the V8 and the weight, the gas mileage isn't really great. Maybe the transmissions also play a role in that, as they only come with 4 and 5 speed automatics. Also only the second gen facelift even got the 5 speed. By the way, those transmissions are just as reliable as the engine. And to get some more clarity into the shit I plugged up your ears with, we're gonna talk about the different generations in detail next. There are just two, which makes it a bit easier, but they look nearly the same. Except they don't. So you better listen up now, as you might get confused otherwise. Okay, this is the first gen and they were built from 1990 to 1994. They have 250 horsepower and a 4-speed automatic transmission. This is a BMW E38 7 Series, this is a banana on the rainbow, and this here the second gen LS400, which was built from 1994 to 1997. Are you confused yet? Well, then take a look at both generations side by side. They look similar, right? But there actually are a lot of differences between them, as Lexus updated like 90% of the entire car. So they now got 260 horsepower, are quite a bit lighter, but keep the 4-speed automatic transmission. But in 1997, the second gen was facelifted. It now put out 290 horsepower, got a 5-speed automatic and was built until the year 2000. But for some reason, it looks like an entirely new car. But I have to say, I like it a lot. Now that we kind of have an overview over the different generations, an important question comes up. Which one do you prefer? Comment down below. Regardless of which one is your favorite, the interior is awesome in all of them. You get loads of space inside, high quality leather, wood, seats as comfy and soft as a couch, and loads of buttons. It actually just looks super clean and simple, but is a real nice place to be in. So you can enjoy driving it just as much as chilling in the rear seats. Something the LS400 did very differently than most other luxury sedans of its time is having 5 seats. So they are big enough to comfortably fit 5 full-size adults inside of them. That's of course great for daily drivability or to go on trips with your family and friends. But just as important is the trunk size, and those are quite large, but super easy to access, as pretty much the entire thing opens up. Because they are so big, slow and comfortable, there isn't really a lot of things to modify on them. So I'd advise you to keep it simple and classy if you even want to do something. A lot of people just turn these cars into like VIP cruisers, and I personally really love those. They look so nice with just new wheels and being lowered because it updates the design a lot, but in a tasteful way. You can also get an exhaust to get more of the V8 sound, but you should probably leave the engine stock otherwise. So if you now want to get one of these beauties, prices start at like 5 to 10k in Germany and 4 to 7k in the US. But you can also get some for like upwards of 15k because prices are like all over the place. But because of their reliability, the mileage isn't that important when getting one. as most of the time, these cars are in good condition and were maintained by their previous owners. I mean, most of the owners are generally older or just rather responsible, as it's not really a flashy car but rather understated. Though because even tanks aren't completely invincible, there are a few little problems to look out for. So the power steering pump might go bad on them, and the timing belt and water pump need to be changed at some point. There's no way around it. Then the starter might give up, so does the alternator, and if you're unlucky, the ECU caps can break. You should also keep an eye on the transmission mounts as well as the flex disc on the driveshaft, strut bars and the flex EGR pipe. So mostly small bolt-on things that are super easy and cheap to fix. And if these cars get basic services done, they will last a very long time. But as it's still a 90s car, it might have some small electrical issues at some point, but you don't need to worry about that too much. So in general, these cars are just amazing and one of the best affordable luxury cars out there. I would love to have one, but if you now want to learn something about a very strong competitor of the LS400, check out this video right here. See you next time.